All right, so let's take our time and a little bit style this login page, or let me say login form. This is not a tutorial about styling, but I'm going to do a little bit of my effort to guide you through, because it's not everything that actually similar to how you used to do it before. So right now we have our view component, which is the parent component, and as you can see inside our style we have nothing. I'm going to start by just typing form, and then I'm going to open the curly braces and set it to flex 1. I'm going to set it to flex 1. That means it should occupy every available space we have on the page. So we can also have justify content of center and align enter center. So to make sure everything is aligned at the center properly. So I'm going to apply the form to the parent component, which is going to be, I'm going to do style equals to curly braces styles.form, the form we created inside our CSS. So we can actually change this to anything we want. I can call it goat. It doesn't really matter what you name your style, but for proper convention and code readability, that's the reason why we used to name things to make more sense. So I'm going to return it back to styles. So definitely if somebody is checking my code later on, he won't be confused that why am I naming my styling as goat. You get the point. So that does it. We say styles.form, and then oops, it seems I did a mistake. I'm applying it to the text instead of the parent container of everything. So I'm pasting it at the top, and that's all. So now I remove it from here and paste it to the top. By now our parent container should have the styling I created below. So let me proceed by styling the login text that's above. So I'm going to basically first let me add the background color to the form, or let me say to the whole page. So I don't want it to be that black. So after adding the background color, it should be white. I don't want it. So let me create another component which is going to, or let me say another style which is going to be header. Trust me, you can call your name, your own anything, but make sure you are calling it a proper name that you can remember, especially if you are the one to check your code. So I'm going to just leave this one to have the font size of 24. Our header should have font size of 24, font weight of bold. Our margin bottom should be 20. That's 20 pixels. By default, it measures in pixels. So that's why we are not expected to add the pixels ourselves. So let me open terminal to run our application. And let me delete these ones that we have earlier before. And let me just run this application. So have it in mind, it measures in pixels, so you don't need to say the pixels there. If you state it there, it's going to show you an error. So we have the npx expo start in our terminal to start our application. By now, you should have removed your phone from your pocket or your table, or take it from the table and open the Expo app to scan the QR code they are going to present to us soon. But if you have not yet done that, kindly do that, because definitely you are supposed to be viewing what you are having inside your phone, not on the browser as I'm doing here. I'm doing it for the sake of this tutorial, as you can see. Okay, so it's still loading our Metro bundler, and this can be faster or slower depending on the network, or let me say how fast your network is. So I think it is done now, and it has already loaded what I expect it to load. All I need to do right now is to copy this link, go to my browser and paste it, and I'm expected to, it will load. Let's wait for it to finish loading. It might still take time based on how fast your network is. So basically, when you are building something like this, you need a very good network. And trust me, one thing you need to notice is if you are using your phone to view the application, the network you connected to on your phone must be the same network your laptop is connected to, or else it won't work. So have this in mind. Okay, we have our form already, and you can see our background is white and all our content is at the center, but it's still not looking the way I expect, because the login text is not yet styled, and we proceed soon. So this is going to be similar to how you are going to see it on your mobile phone. So that's why I open my developer console to show you the mobile phone view. Well, let's proceed with our styling. I'm going to apply the header styling to the head text we have here, which is login. I'm going to say style equals to curly braces, no square brackets, curly braces, and then I'm going to styles dot header. So that's the name of our styling that we created below. Give it the name you created below. So let's go and check, and you can see our header text a little bit bolder and bigger. And then I think that's fine for now. The next thing we are going to do is to style our input. The text input component we have below supposed to have their own styling too, because right now they are not looking like an input. So I'm going to just do input. We call them input. And I don't know whether you have noticed, I get suggestion of what to use, because Copilot is built in VS Code right now, and if you activate it, you yourself might actually be facing this particular thing. Even though sometimes they are not going to be giving you exactly the way you want to style your thing, they still need to modify it, but they'll be suggesting some prompt for you which you can actually accept and modify. So for me now, my border color should not be white, it should be a little bit of black but not too dark. So 020202 will do the work for me. And then let's see, but nothing is showing yet because I've not applied it to the input. I'm just creating the style. I've not applied it to the input yet. Another thing I will do now is to actually apply it. So I'm going to do style equals to curly braces styles.input, because that's the name of our input. And I'm going to copy this line of code, or let me say attribute, and paste it to the second input too, because they are going to be having almost the same, or let me say same styling for now. Well, you can style your own better than my own. So let's see what you have inside the browser, and we have this right now, which is looking good already. And trust me, you can have a better styling of your input, but for me, I'm going to leave it like this, because the aim of the tutorial is to guide you on how to actually do it, not teach you how to do everything. It's a challenge on you to fix things up and make it better. Okay, let me add a border radius to my input, because I don't want those edges to be sharp. So let me add a border radius of like 12, so and save. And by now I should have seen that they are a little bit not sharp at the edges. So, and I think this one is making more perfect sense to me. I don't know whether same thing to you right now. And you can see I can type anything. Possibly I'm expected to type my email, and here too I can type password. But I will proceed by styling my button. So I may add comma here and then go down to style my button, and then I'm going to add width, height, and a lot of other props I'm going to accept, but I'm going to modify it for the button. You can see our width of input is 80%, right? So that means if I said the button should be 80%, that means the button should have the same width as the input, which I don't want. So I'm not going to accept it like that. I'm going to give my own button to be 100 pixels width, not 100% width. So it should have 100 pixels width. But you can see I'm having underline of an error. That means I'm doing something wrong. So it's not supposed to be like this. I will need to remove everything here and just type 100. So 100 like this without quotes means 100 pixels already. So I believe you get the point. I don't need to put 100 pixels inside any quote, just 100, and it will take up this thing I want. And then the background color of the button should not be black. I'm going to just select one random color, but a little bit of something that will make sense. And I like the justify content to be center. I like items 2 to be center. Border radius should also take 100 pixels, just like the width. Okay, let me add the font weight to be bold, and then we can just say color to be white. The color of the button should be white. And as I mentioned earlier, my border radius should have 100 pixels, not 12. Well, let's go ahead and see what we have. And I believe by now, I have not yet applied the styling to the main tag at the up. So I'm going to find my touchable opacity, which is our button, and apply the style to it. Style equals to styles.button, and I can save. Make sure you are saving everything you are doing. So the more you save, the more it reload on your phone if you are using your phone or your browser. And you can see now we have our button. One thing you notice, the submit button, the submit text is still in black, so that means it's not taking up the styling we want. And now it is hard to see, especially if you're having eye problem. So let's go ahead and style it properly. The reason why it's not taking up the styling is we wrap it up inside another text tag. So that text tag is the one that's supposed to have the styling of the text, not the button. So let's go ahead and do btn and then text. You can call it anything, trust me, but I'm going to call mine btn text. So the text in the btn, I'm going to add a color of white and font weight of bold to it. And I can add comma under this curly braces, so it will not be showing me error. And I can still go ahead to remove the color here and the font weight at the top, because they have really been applied to the proper place, not just anywhere right now. So I will save, and I can go back to my browser. After saving, make sure you save properly. And I think everything now, let me apply it. I will not forget this time around. So style should be equals to curly braces styles.btn text, just as we name it together. Okay, I will save and check my browser, and as you can see, our button 2 is looking so perfect. All right, I believe by now your own 2 should be looking perfect if you are following through. And then we can have our submit. So somebody can just enter email and password and submit. Do you notice anything? I have noticed something. Password is not supposed to be seen. If you are typing in password, we are not supposed to be seeing exactly what you are typing in. You can see like this, I'm seeing what you are typing in. So there are some attributes we are supposed to add that we have not yet add. So let's go ahead and add it inside the password input only. The password input should be secure text entry attribute, and we set it to true. So secure text entry is the attribute we are supposed to add, and set it to true, and we save. And then we can go back to our browser right now and see, and you can see the text we are having there already is not visible again. So now it is behaving like a password input as it should be from beginning. Well, I think by now you should understand a lot of things, and in this short video, actually, we have covered a lot of things that you will definitely need in your future code and you are going to be using. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. I believe you can be asking questions. If you have any question in the comment section,